Hey guys, Brandon back with another video, and thank you guys so much for holding on and, looking forward to these videos. A lot has happened with this car, and there's a lot to talk about. One thing I noticed when I was working on this car is that somebody chopped off the rear cat in the front part of the car. So there's supposed to be two cats on each side of the manifolds. And somebody cut one of them off and made like a straight pipe so that it goes straight till about the mufflers to the axle back, which is perfectly fine. I like the sound of it and everything. It's all right. I probably would have done the same thing. But what happened was that they plugged in the secondary O2 sensor where the primary O2 sensor is supposed to go, and then plugged it into the secondary port like connector. So what that did was that had my car shaking and misfiring because the car wasn't getting a primary O2 sensor that was telling them the air to fuel to exhaust gas ratio, whatever kind of ratio it does. So my car was misfiring and it wasn't running right. So I fixed that. I put a new O2 sensor, made it a custom length to fit the secondary primary O2 sensor connector. So that's all fixed. But now I don't have a post-cat O2 sensor for the rear manifold because it is a front wheel drive car. So basically with that, it's just always going to show a check engine light. So now my car, besides that, everything I think is perfect, but there is one more problem. The car barely wants to start. The car barely wants to idle. Sometimes the car barely wants to, run perfect. And it's not the car's fault. Everything in the car right now is working. There's no messed up sensors. There's no messed up hoses, nothing. The car is perfect. The only thing that's wrong with the car, and what I think is wrong with the car, is something that's very common with these types of cars, the 3000 GTs specifically, is that, well, I have basically three choices of how to get another one. Either I could have somebody rebuild it or send it to 3SX, which is the leading brand for this car, this leading website, to fix it. And I also have the chance I could buy it at about $400, which is lower than anywhere else. And that's, I'll go more into that later. Less than $400, which would be a steal. But the only problem is that there's no returns on it. And I don't think I'm comfortable spending $400 and then getting the wrong part. Even though it's meant to fit my car and everything, I just want everything to line up perfectly. I want it to have a warranty. I want it to have everything so that I'm protected when I buy it. The last choice, which is the one I'm aiming for right now as we speak, which is why I haven't been able to produce videos, because there's nothing really wrong with the car. I'm going to do more cosmetic stuff for now until I can get the actual thing, ECU. But what I'm going to get is, it's called a Jester ECU or Chrome ECU. 3SX sells this on their website. I also got into touch with the owner of the company, and basically they're able to make a Cali spec ECU that is switched over to Fed spec, so federal spec, which means I only run off of one primary O2 sensor, and that should be the front, and I'm running off of one cat O2 sensor. So that is going to be perfect for me. That's exactly what I need. I'm going to end up changing the exhaust on this car come about February, when car season is more coming up, because right now it's getting kind of cold and it's a big job also. It's not really needed right now. I really just want the car to be running. So my options are less than $400 for an ECU. I could go $450 and rebuild mine. By the way, the first one isn't remanufactured, so it's basically everything is used except for the wear components, like the capacitors and some like pieces of soldering. They resolder, they put new capacitors, but just a bigger capacity on the capacitors. So that all being said, my best bet is going with the Chrome ECU, which costs about $750. And I know it's dumb, you could just buy the $300 one, have your $400 one, get your car running, have yours rebuilt, have your car running. Why would you go for the $750 one? Well, the Chrome ECU basically is tunable, and from what I understand, I'm not 100% sure, but I'll be able to read OBD2 codes, even though my car is an OBD2 hybrid between OBD1 and OBD2. So I'll actually be able to read codes or diagnostics. I'll be able to talk to it with my own computer and tune it at my own will. And even though I probably will never, I'll have somebody else do it. But I have the ability to, and it's one less thing that I'll have to pay for down the line in the future if I ever want to tune this car, and if I ever want to make this into a real race car. Now, the real main point of the video and what you guys are really looking for is like an update. Not really, you guys want to see me work on it, or you guys want to see me just done with it. Coming, I promise. So first, let me start off with the soon plans for this car. As soon as I buy the ECU and the car is running and I can read codes and maybe figure out what else is wrong with the car and I get it running perfectly and I put it on the road, the first thing I want to do after that is clean up the body. The body on this car is absolutely atrocious. There's a bunch of scratches and a bunch of missing paint and stuff like that, and a lot of things that I want to do to the car just to make it look better. Now, after I get it looking better on the outside, I'm not really going to worry about the inside. The inside is perfectly fine for now, but I'm going to work on the outside. After that, second most important thing to me right now, audio. The audio is great. I'm planning on getting a sub, and I'm probably planning on getting new speakers for the front and the rears. And that's really about it. That's the only thing I want. I just want the outside to look good, and I want to have great music on the inside, and that's it. Really, the only thing I want to do right now is drive this car. I've been missing this car so much. I've driven it maybe for a week, and I just miss, you know, the manual. I miss how the car feels. I miss how it drives, and I'm trying my hardest to get this thing back on the road as quick as possible. So some things, I don't know if I showed you guys, but I had an aftermarket shift knob, and it was green, and I don't know if you guys saw it or not, but I changed that out because it kept twisting and it wasn't really sturdy. And I like, you know, the stock one. It feels great, so I just bang into gears like easy. I'm having a trouble getting into, let's see, fourth gear. See, I think, yeah, second, fourth, yeah, reverse, fifth, yeah. So it's not really 100%, you know, smooth and crisp. It's more of like a trial and error kind of thing. But I like, you know, I'm trying to get this fixed. I'm trying to see if there's anything I could do of why it's acting like this or anything. As you guys can notice in the back here, I got a brand new head unit. Now this was a pain in the ass. So I went to this local audio kind of like dealer by my house. Not by my house, but by my job. And they supplied me with mounting hardware for this. But I told the guy, you know, I have a double DIN unit. It says it fits in the car. I just need, you know, the mounting points, and I need the screws and everything. And he said, all right, I got you. So he comes and he gives me, it's not in this car, but he gives me a, you know, plastic mounting thing. And at first I'm like, all right, this is plastic, it's gonna break, the thing's too heavy. That wasn't even the problem. The problem is that after I told him I had a second DIN unit and he promised me that, you know, it was gonna fit and everything was gonna be perfect and I wouldn't have to worry about a thing, he gave me it and it said for single DIN use only. And on top of that, it was a universal kit for almost any Mitsubishi out there. The Montero, the Lancer, the Galant, all of them. So at the end of the day, I couldn't use it. So I had to go and I actually bought these pieces here from Mitsubishi, brand new. I was gonna buy them off eBay and get them used, but I was like, you know what, it doesn't even matter. They're cheaper if I go through Mitsubishi. People want like $25 for these at Mitsubishi. Well, I'll put the website in the description, but the website I got this from, I got it for cheaper. And I didn't actually know I had this one, so I bought two new ones instead of just reusing this one. But I was gonna buy the screws as well. They wanted at 3SX like $4 per screw. I was like, you know what, screw that. Let me just wait. Let me see if I can find something. And well enough, they actually, the head unit came with bolts to bolt these into the head unit and screw it in at the top here in the corners. And so I really like the fit of this. So the 3000 GTs come with this plastic trim right here. fit for a double din, but so fit for a double din. And then the actual stereo comes with this black trim that goes over that makes it look flush, and it makes it look, you know, as factory as possible with no gaps, no nothing. And this is very great quality. Buttons are firm. I don't think that this is gonna break. It has a USB port right here in the front, so if I want to charge anything, that goes perfectly. I have an aux in. It's Bluetooth. I can watch DVDs. 6.2 touchscreen display. Perfect. So everything everything I want in this car. I'm probably gonna get another one though, because I want to get the Apple CarPlay. But that's gonna be later on down the line. So yeah. Now that, you know, that's all said and done, how long is it gonna take to get the ECU? How long is it gonna take for this car to have any progress done to it? I wanted to finish this car so I could drive it down to PA, or I'm sorry, Maryland, so I could go to the YouTube call out 2017. The number 2, the one in October, I think it's October 28th. But the way it's looking right now, it's not gonna be happening. I might get the ECU and it might still do the same exact thing that it's doing now. The engine could be blown. Like, it could be literally anything. It could be a bad O2 sensor. It could be anything. So right now, my thinking is I'm not gonna make it. I'm gonna try my hardest to make it. I'm gonna try to do every test possible, change every piece possible at the cheapest possible price, so that I can hurry up and get this car done. But I don't think it's gonna be done by October 28th. But I do think that it will be done mid-November, driving and everything. Right now, I'm just trying to get the car working. I've actually, you guys won't even believe this, but I've never seen this car where I live, never. So I was so excited, I got it. You know, I'm gonna drive it, I'm gonna have so much fun with it. I see the red VR4, infamous red VR4 from, I think, 93. Then I see another one at my school, a 93 red 3000 GT. I don't think it was a VR4, but it was a 3000 GT. Then I'm hanging out with my friends or whatever, playing basketball, and we're leaving the complex, and there's a white one, 3000 GT. Now, I have a black one, and I go to the same school. I just haven't been able to drive it. So now it's like, you know, I finally get a car that nobody has, and now everybody has it, and it's just so weird, because you never realize it until you actually have the car. But yeah, so that's just basically me rambling right there. The car is complete. All I need is the ECU for now. I'm gonna try to get it done. Maybe I'll still make it out to the YouTube call out. Maybe I'll have to see. I'll probably take, you know, a different car. Thank you guys for watching. Honestly, just hopefully you guys stick around to the end. See you guys next video.
Freemasons, but the shit you spit is too basic. You must really think that we all the same. I'm the missing link, yeah, I'm off the chain. They have never seen anything alike. I'm about to kill everything in sight.